Hi, my name is Ohemaa Bonsu, and this is 2020. I know, I'm crazy. So today I'm going to take a look at the Juvia's Place minis. So Juvia's Place has launched 4 eyeshadow palettes, and they're mini eyeshadow palettes, or at least they call them the minis by Juvia's Place. So today we're going to take a look at those palettes. I'm going to use 2 of them in an eyeshadow look, which I already used all 4 in an eyeshadow look. That's actually a video on my Instagram. If you want to see it, definitely go ahead and head over to Instagram and check that out. So if you want to see what these palettes are all about and what I think about them, then keep on watching. Hi guys, if you're new here, my name is Ohemaa Bonsu. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. Today we're going to take a look at the Juvia's Place minis. So we have the berries, the violets, the chocolates, and the nudes. So these are the palettes. I feel like each of these palettes are enough for you to just pick one of them and travel with it. They are small, but they're not as small as the Snap Shadows, but they're fairly small palettes, and each palette retails for $13.99. So for today's video, I'm going to be using berries and violets because I have a look in. Okay, so I went ahead and lined the bottom of my lashes, of my brows with I'm using the ColourPop Brow Pot. This one, it's discontinued, but this is the shade Just Set Black. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids. I'm using the Fenty Beauty eyelid primer, and then I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and this is the shade Rich Chocolate. And then I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with my Sigma E50 brush. So first things first, I'm getting into the Violets palette, and we're taking this shade, and I am going to put it directly on my eyelid. So this is what that shade looks like. It's a very deep purple shade. I always put this eyeshadow higher than this one. I don't know why I do that. It's not intentional. It just happens that way. Okay, now I'm just like going back into the palette and taking, like, really getting into that shade and making sure that I make the top of this as matte as I possibly can. So I'm going to the Berries palette. I'm taking this shade over here. And I'm going to use this to blend out the outer edges of the look that we just put down. So that pink shade actually shows up very beautifully, and it's like blending in very nicely with the purple shade that we put down. I'm not getting any drag on the shadow as I blend it. I'm really loving how it's blending in very nicely with the purple shade. So the pink shade that I'm using to blend this out is what you would call a sequin shade, because it's a matte shade, but it does have hints of shimmers in there. Okay, so I'm blending this down, the pink down a little bit more into the purple shade that we put down. Give me a little bit more of a better blend between the purple and the pink. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into Skin. I feel like this is like the most easiest eyeshadow look I have ever done on my channel, but I'm doing it this way because I did get a lot of feedback that people wanted more of a simpler look. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe the fallout that I got on my face, because I did go ham on that purple shade. Not because I needed to, but because after I laid it down, I wanted it to be as matte as possible. So I went ahead and, added extra on top of it, just because we're extra over here, okay? Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and prep my skin. My face has been super dry lately. I've been drinking significantly less water, and that might be why. And I'm also not using a thick moisturizing cream on my face, so I'm going to actually try out the Milk Makeup Kush Moisturizer and see what it's all about. I am going to go in with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer and apply that all over my face. Okay, so I'm going in with the Juvia's Place foundation in the shade number 120, and I'm gonna put like a tiny bit of it on my face. The first time I used this foundation, I overused it, and you could tell. So lately I've only been using a little bit, and this is the amount I'm putting on. Like, that's it. Nothing more than that. Anything more than that and I'll be asking for it. Okay, I'm gonna blend it out, and if I need more, I will go ahead and use some more, but I feel like this always is enough to cover my skin. So you saw the amount I used. This evens out my complexion a whole lot, and it makes it match my neck even better. So I'm gonna use the concealer in the shade number 6. I usually use 5, but I'm using 6 now because I like the tone of 6. And be careful with this foundation because it can take over your look. Okay, so because I'm not wearing a wig right now, I have more of a forehead to work with. If I was wearing a wig, my wig would end up here. So we're always missing like this much forehead. Okay, so today I'm going to be able to contour my forehead. I'm going to be able to bronze my forehead, or my 5 head or 6 head, however many heads I have. We're going to be able to work with it. Okay, so I'm going to blend this in. Okay, my love, so this is what we're looking like. And I'm blending my forehead. So you see that line over there? It looks like, you know, like I didn't blend out my foundation or my concealer enough. And really, I didn't. You always want to watch out for that. So to combat that, if whatever tool you use to blend out your foundation, you will use that same side of the sponge or your brush that you use to blend out your foundation. And you will blend out the edges of that concealer that you put down so that you don't have that line over there, and it makes everything look more seamless. I do that where I'm gonna put my contour as well, because it like helps give me that shadow first before I actually have to come in with it. So for my lower eyelids, I am gonna go ahead and put a tiny bit of our concealer that we used, you know, just like a tiny little bit of it, so that I can get the color to show up as intensely as I want it to. Okay, and I'm gonna blend it in. So I'm taking the same shade that we used to blend out the edges of our shadow, and I'm going to put that directly onto the concealer, but I'm moving quickly because I don't want it to go ahead and dry on me. Okay, you guys, so went ahead and filled in my brows. Okay, and I also lined it with a black liner, and I applied some of the Milk Makeup Kush mascara. I am gonna use the Juvia's Place foundation stick in the shade Congo as my contour. And of course, for the first time in a while, I can go ahead and contour my forehead because, you know, I'm not wearing a wig anymore, or right now, so I can go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm gonna use the butt of my sponge and I'm gonna blend that in. Like, gives me like a little bit of something something, you know, like a little bit of something something. One thing I'm so excited about for 2020 is that I'm hoping that I can actually slim all the way down and get my jawbones to like just poke out even more than they do. Okay, so I'm gonna take this shade in the palette and I'm going to put that in my inner corner. Okay, so I don't like how my lashes was looking, so I'm gonna use Bonsu Beauty lashes, and this is BB06. Okay, you guys, so this is my finished look. I went ahead and changed my lip shade because I didn't like what it was doing. I actually ended up using 2 lippies with this look. I don't know what lip option I want to go with this, so I'm just gonna stay with this lip option. It's cute, it's alright. So the lip option is the Anastasia Weekender and the ColouredRaine Power Collection Suspect. So it's these 2, and I also use the Powered Gloss on top of it to get this look. Okay, for the real reason why you came here, this is the first look that I created with the Juvia's Place mini palettes. I did use all 4 palettes to create this look. I thought it was like a more accurate representation of all 4 palettes. Of course, this is the look that we created today. I wanted to go for something a little bit more simple because I feel like the first look I created was a lot. You know, like it was a whole lot. The eyeshadows blend really, really well together. Shimmers are on point as always. I feel like this palette, the chocolate palette, would give you a very neutral look. These are the 2 shimmers that come in the chocolate palette. I feel like this would give you like a very neutral glam type eyes going on with shimmer. So I don't know, I might just do a neutral glam look, like a dramatic neutral glam look with this palette at some point in the future, because it's a very beautiful palette and I want to use it all by itself. But these are the 2 shimmers that come in there. They are very skin like, at least they're very dark skin like. If you've always wanted to try Juvia's Place but you don't want to buy the bigger palettes, you can always go ahead and try out these little palettes and see what you think about it. So this is it for me, you guys. The earrings are from Fashion Nova. So let me know down below in the comments what you think about this look. I love you guys so much. Again, my name is Ohemaa Bonsu, and this is 2020. Bye.